Hello everyone and welcome to the Westfield FFA Cup draw for round 6 in Brisbane, joined by the Football Brisbane President Brendan Boss and the Football Queensland CEO in Jeff Foster. And gents, this time last year we only had NPL and Trophy Superstore Premier League clubs at this stage of the draw. It's good to see that this year we've got some Capital One clubs still in the mix, showing a diversity still in the Cup.
That's what the Cup's all about, isn't it, Jeff?
Absolutely, and the success in other states of the lower level clubs becoming involved has been really the secret to its success.
Yeah, so it's good to have that diversity, and we're about to go into the draw. If you're listening to us live this morning, you'll be able to follow what's going on, and we're going to start the draw right now, and Brendan will draw out the first lot.
We'll do a little mix up here of the eggs, the magic eggs.
So, of course, our PlayStation 4 National Premier League clubs are Brisbane Strikers, Redlands and Moreton Bay. The Trophy Superstore Premier League clubs, Lions Peninsula and Ipswich Knights, and the Capital One clubs in Pine Rivers and North Pine. And our first team out this morning is Lions FC. And they will be at home to another Trophy Superstore Premier League side in Peninsula Power. So that's our first quarter-final, Lions versus Peninsula Power. Second match up, we have the PlayStation 4 NPL Queensland's Brisbane Strikers. Another home tie for them. And their opponents will be another PlayStation 4 NPL Queensland side. These sides played out a 1-1 draw recently at Perry Park, and Moreton Bay will need to return to Perry Park to play the Brisbane Strikers. That's the second quarter final. The third quarter final, it's our third PlayStation 4 NPL Queensland club. It's Redlands United with another home tie, and their opponents will be the Trophy Superstore Premier League's Ipswich Knights. So that's the third quarter final. It's Redlands versus Ipswich Knights. And I think we're going to have a Capital One club through to the semi-finals, because Pine Rivers will be hosting, without making the assumption, their Capital One opponents and near neighbours, North Pine, who played out an epic derby just a couple of weeks ago, Pine Rivers versus North Pine. So just recapping the quarter-final matchups, it's Lions FC versus Peninsula Power, Brisbane Strikers versus Moreton Bay, Redlands United versus Ipswich Knights, and Pine Rivers versus North Pine. Now, for those who are listening to us live, we're about to have a bit of a reset because we're also going to draw the quarterfinals at this point of time. Now, just to point out that the quarterfinals will be played on the period the 20th to the 22nd of May. And if you're listening on radio, we're just having the balls being placed into the pot for the semi-final draw. And what we'll have here is we've got the 4 semi-finals, and we'll work out from there who the quarter-finalists and who will be playing against each other. So the winner of quarter-final 3, which is Redlands versus Ipswich Knights, they'll be at home to the winner of quarter-final 2. So that's the Brisbane Strikers versus Moreton Bay. And our second semi-final will be the winners of quarter-final 1 between Lions and Peninsula. And they will play the winners of...
Only one left.
The winners of quarter-final 4 between the two Capital One clubs in Pine Rivers and North Pine. Well, thank you, gents. That wraps up our draw for this morning. Certainly some interesting matchups to see in the coming weeks. The semi-finals will be played in the period the 1st and 3rd of June. Thanks for your assistance this morning.
I look forward to it.
So just recapping the draw, and a reminder that this is also the pathway to the Canale Travel Cup final, and we'll discuss those permutations in just a moment. The quarterfinals see an all-trophy Superstore Premier League match with Lions hosting Peninsula. Then it's a PlayStation 4 NPL Queensland clash between Brisbane Strikers and Moreton Bay. Redlands will host Ipswich Knights, and the Capital One clubs will face off to decide who goes through to round 7 in Pine Rivers and North Pine. And in the semi-finals, Lions or Peninsula will host Pine Rivers or North Pine. The other semi-final will be Redlands or Ipswich Knights versus Brisbane Strikers or Moreton Bay. So on to the Canale Travel Cup permutations. And because we have one side of the draw that is all Football Brisbane teams, the winner of that side of the draw, Lions, Peninsula, Pine Rivers or North Pine, they will qualify for the Canale Travel Cup final. Now, it's a little bit more complicated on the other side of the draw where Ipswich Knights lie. The NPL sides are ineligible for the final this year, so it really depends upon how far Ipswich Knights progress. And the permutations around that is that if Ipswich Knights make it all the way and qualify for the FFA Cup, that will also mean that they qualify for the Canale Travel Cup final. But if Ipswich Knights are defeated by Redlands in the quarter-final stage, it will be the two Football Brisbane sides on the other side of the draw also playing off for the FFA Cup final place that will also contest the Canale Travel Cup final. But if Ipswich Knights do go on to beat Redlands but then lose that next match, they would then play off against the loser from the other side of the draw to determine that second Canale Travel Cup final place. So, look, the best thing about that is stay tuned and we'll find the two Westfield FFA Cup qualifiers from Football Brisbane, as well as the Canale Travel Cup finalists, that match scheduled for the end of August.